bodies. Why? Because it's very important, because it's what? It has many types of hormones that control the vital process in our bodies. Again, the second thing, it secretes a growth hormone. It means what? It regulates. It is a hormone that is responsible for growing of our bodies. So it regulates the growth of all parts of our body. So the second part of this pituitary gland is very important for us. Sorry, mister, we have a question. If anyone that has decreasing or increasing of this hormone, what will happen? We will talk about this part in second session after that. So here we have another thing about pituitary gland also. It secretes thyroid stimulating hormone. Again, we have pituitary gland. It's very important to have three types of hormones today. We have three types of hormone that's secreted by pituitary gland by itself. It has what? It secretes thyroid gland or thyroid stimulating hormone. What's the function of this one? This stimulates the thyroid gland to secrete its hormone. So the pituitary gland, it makes what? It makes a message to the thyroid gland. We will talk about it after a period of time. The thyroid gland is responsible for many things in our body. So it makes the order. The pituitary gland makes the order of this type of gland that called thyroid gland to make the secretion of its hormone. So secretes thyroid stimulating hormone. Again, in last time, pituitary gland, it has three parts or three types of hormones. Number one, growth hormone. Number two, the sexual part of the sexual hormone that stimulates the types of sexual glands or sexual systems in male and female, and it secretes the thyroid stimulating hormone that stimulates thyroid gland to secrete its hormones. After that, we have another type of glands here that's called thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is found here in the neck. Around what? Around trachea. So the trachea is a part of what? Of respiratory system. It's found around it. It's big one. But here we have this part or this pituitary gland is very small and very important for us. So the thyroid gland, it secretes calcitonin hormone. Again, thyroid gland, it has a hormone that's called calcitonin hormone. It's very important to know the name of each type of hormone and which part of the endocrine gland that or endocrine system that's make this secretion. So the thyroid gland, it secretes calcitonin hormone. Why? Because it controls the calcium level in blood. So here, this secretes the calcitonin hormone. It controls what? It controls the calcium level in blood. You have another one of the hormones that found in thyroid gland. It's thyroxine gland. Thyroxine gland, thyroxine hormone, it liberates the energy from food. Again, thyroid gland, it has two types of hormones. Number one, it's called calcitonin that controls the calcium amount or the calcium ratio in our blood to control this type of calcium to make our bones and teeth more what? More strong. So the thyroid gland, it secretes thyroxine hormone. It liberates the energy from food. Thyroid gland, it's found around the neck. Around what? Around the inside neck, around the trachea. So the thyroid gland is very, very important to know these types of hormones. After that, now we have another part of endocrine glands. We have adrenal gland. It secretes the adrenaline hormone. Adrenaline hormone, it's what? It's found, first we have adrenal gland, it's found above the kidneys. It's very important part of our body that stimulates what? The body organs to respond for emergency. If anyone that move in the street and we have some kind of car, it's very fast car, so it stop in its place, in his place, or it move away from this one. So it's feel terrifying. Why? Because this adrenal gland that works in our body to protect our bodies from what? From any terrifying here, or from any fear that happened in our life. So another thing, we have the adrenal gland. It's very important part. It's found above the kidneys, and it secretes adrenaline hormone. So the adrenaline, it stimulates the body organs to respond for emergency, any type of emergency in our bodies or in our life, every day or every second. So it's very, very dangerous to fearing anyone, anytime or all the time. Why? Because the adrenaline, if it increase in our body, so it makes some problems in the function of our body. Here last time we have adrenal gland. It secretes the adrenaline hormone to stimulate the body organs to respond for emergency, any type of emergency that happened in our life. Now we have an interesting video about hormones. Let's go to see this video, and it's very, very important to know this function of the glands. Let's go to see this one.
Allah created our bodies with an amazing system that can protect it from dangers. Even a remote danger is enough to trigger an immense mobilization in our bodies. All parts of our bodies are immediately informed of this new danger, so that relevant measures can be taken in necessary areas. The communication system, which functions so swiftly to activate this rapid defense mechanism, works by the means of hormones. After our eyes see the danger, this piece of information is immediately taken to the brain, which in turn warns the various parts of the body by the use of the hormones. The hormones travel by the nervous system or the blood circulation to convey the information to the whole body. When the messenger in the blood, in other words, the hormone, reaches a cell, the cell gates open, allowing the signal to get in. As a result of a series of reactions, a new messenger, another hormone, will be formed. This newly produced hormone will also set off the other cells of the body. These tiny messengers that cause a chain reaction in the cells warn the entire body in a matter of seconds against the impending danger. After that, the body is ready to protect itself with the amazing defense reflexes given to it. Each structure in the body has a unique defense system. The hormones, in accordance with that, display an amazing intelligence and ensure that some muscles contract while others relax. For example, when the messenger molecule reaches the skin, it sticks to the root of the hair and orders the tiny muscle cells to contract. Thus, in case of a danger, the hairs on the skin will go up. In the meantime, some of these signals are sent to the cells covering the sweat glands and trigger the sweating process. However, the measure taken for the vital organs of the body is different. This time, the very same hormones order the cells to relax so that the blood go into those organs more easily. For example, the messenger molecule reaching the lung first aims at the muscle cells surrounding the bronchus, but this time it does the opposite of what it did with the skin cells and orders the muscle cells surrounding the bronchus to relax. As a result, bronchus expands, gets more oxygen, and thus releases more oxygen into the blood circulation. The protein machine inside every muscle cell is different. For this reason, the same type of messenger can warn different zones, causing relaxation and contraction at the same time. The stress hormones, which are made of only proteins and lack any decision mechanisms, also always take the right action. They know which organ must be defended and act accordingly. Because Almighty Allah created them for this reason, He He keeps them under control every minute. These facts about hormones, which are merely proteins, make the Darwinists completely uncomfortable, because no part of this amazing system can be explained with coincidences. On the contrary to the ideas of Darwinists that attribute all these amazing reactions to random, unconscious, and coincidental processes, the hormones display conscious acts and wisdom, and abilities such as plan-making, measure-taking, setting time. Surely within such a system there is no room for even a single unconscious move. Therefore the proteins once more destroy the idea of evolution. The hormones that ensure cellular communication in our body act not randomly, but according to the magnificent creation of Allah. I seek refuge with Allah from the accursed Satan. Do you then disbelieve in Him who created you from dust, then from a drop of sperm, and then informed you as a man? He is, however, Allah my Lord, and I will not associate anyone with my Lord.
After that, we have two ovaries secretes the estrogen hormone. What's meant by estrogen hormone? Estrogen hormone, estrogen, it means a type of hormone that appears the female sexual or secondary sexual characteristics. What's meant by this? We have two ovaries that's found that secretes the estrogen hormone. It appears the female secondary sexual characteristics. Like what? Like long hair. Like what? Like soft voice or sharp voice. We have some parts of the body of the female that contains some fats, and this type of hormone that appears these parts of the body and some kind of this. So we have the secretion of the estrogen hormone that appears the female secondary sexual characteristics, like what? Like long hair for the female and the sharp voice and something like this. So here this is the two ovaries as a glands. The meaning of gland, again, it's a sac or a big small sac that contains a type of what? A type of liquid or a type of chemical substance that makes what? That makes secretion directly to the blood. It makes directly secretion in blood to appear the female secondary sexual characteristics. Any one or any part of these glands that we talk about it, like pituitary gland, like thyroid gland, like we have the adrenal gland, and we will talk about testes and pancreas after that. So they are what? They are the types of glands that secrete the hormones as a chemical messages or the chemical compound directly to the blood. So the last part, we have two ovaries that secrete the estrogen hormone to appear the female secondary sexual characteristics on the body. After that, we have another part about two ovaries. It secretes progesterone hormone. What's meant by this? Progesterone hormone, it promotes or control the growth of endometrium. What's meant by this? We have difficult concept, mister. No, it is not difficult. It's very easy. Understand each one of them. It secretes progesterone hormone. This is the name of the progesterone. The name of the hormone, it's called progesterone. It makes what? It promotes or control the growth of endometrium. What's meant by endometrium? If any of the female after marriage, it makes what? It give birth. So the giving birth or the place that's called uterus that contains what? That contains the baby. So we have a part or the wall of this uterus that it must build up to make what? To make protection of the embryo to grow up inside. So it promotes the growth of endometrium. It means what? It means the growth of the wall of the uterus to protect and feeds what? Feeds the embryo to grow up and make a complete baby of any type of living organism. So here we have the promotes. We talk about what? We talk about the human especially, because it is a special type of living organism, the highest one or the higher one. So we have the promotes the growth of endometrium. It means it builds up the tissues inside the uterus to make what? And these muscles to protect the embryo until it moves away from the uterus during what? During giving birth after 9 months of this one. After that, we have two tests. We talk about what? About the ovaries in female, but here we have two tests. That's it secrete the testosterone. Again, testosterone. Must read this one in a right way. Testosterone. Testosterone hormone, it means what? Or the function of it is what? It appears the male secondary sexual characteristics. So here we have the male characteristics and female characteristics. Yes, we have male parts, or the male that appears to us as a male, and we have the female that appears to us as a physiological parts of the body. So it secretes the testosterone hormone to make what? To appear the female secondary sexual characteristics. What's the male secondary sexual characteristics? Short hair. And we have harnish of what? Harnish of what? Or strong voice, or harsh voice. So the male secondary sexual characteristics, we have short one, or short hair, and we have the skin that covered by a large amount of hair, so it is male. And we have the harsh voice or strong voice. And here this is what? This is some characteristics of what? Of the male in his body. So the tests, and we have the tests in the same time. It makes what? It produce the gametes. What are the gametes? Gametes, it means the male or female cells to make reproduction. So the testosterone, it's responsible for what? For production of sperms in the human male. But the ovaries, it's responsible for what? Responsible for the egg cell or ovum. Okay, that's what that make, or this produces what? Produces the male or female cells to make reproduction. So the two tests here, it secretes in last time testosterone hormone that appear the female secondary sexual characteristics here, or help to produce the sperm. Okay, to make what? To make reproduction between male and female in the human or any part of living organism, or any type of living organism. After that, we have pancreas gland. It's very important one. Pancreas gland, it secretes insulin hormone. We know insulin. Insulin, it is a type of medicine or a type of chemical compound that taken by anyone, of any person that has sugar diseases, right? We have secretes insulin hormone. This insulin hormone, it stimulates the sugar or storage of the glucose sugar in liver. It keeps the, or it controls the amount of sugar, of glucose sugar inside the liver. So the insulin hormone, it's very important for our body. It's found in our body in pancreas, that's secreted by pancreas by a small amount, very small amount. So here this is pancreas, it's control. Pancreas, it's controls what? Controls the amount of glucose sugar in our liver or in our body, in the blood. Without insulin, the glucose increase in our blood, so it makes death after a period of time. But here we have a natural part, that, or natural gland that makes secretion of insulin hormone. This is what? This insulin is very important to stimulate or control the storage of glucose sugar in liver. If it increases, so the storage of glucose doesn't be in a right way. So the other one, if it decreases, so the glucose sugar will what? Will increase in some parts of the body or in the blood and make death after a period of time. Another part, we have another thing about pancreas. It secretes glucagon hormone. Glucagon, it means, is another type of hormones that stimulate the release of glucose sugar from liver. It produces or get out the glucose sugar from what? From the liver, to save our bodies for what? From little amount or for decreasing the sugar in the blood. We have a function of the sugar. Sugar is what? Sugar is a chemical compound that we eat in the fruits, in vegetables, in some sweets to give us energy. If the insulin or the glucagon hormone, it has any hurting of the pancreas, so the amount of glucose sugar, that's uncontrolled and increase or decrease. So here, this is the glucagon hormone. It stimulates the release of glucose sugar. It stimulates, it means control the production or moving out the glucose sugar from liver. So this hormone is very important for us to control the amount of sugar in our blood from liver and to liver. We have here some kind of exercise to know the amount or the position of each one of these glands in endocrine glands. Let's go to see the first one. Do you know the names of glands here to make up the endocrine system? So the endocrine system, we have many glands in a green color. What are the parts of each one of them? What is the name of each one of them? So we have a small revision about this part. So here we have ovaries. Ovaries, it's what? Here. So this ovary, it moves like this and put it here or here or here or any one of them. So here we have the ovaries here. It's right. Because what? Because the ovaries is found here in the two sides of our bodies in the female. And we have pancreas. Which one? Yes, here. Very good. We have the pancreas here. And we have adrenal gland. Here, adrenal gland. If you move it like this and put it here, this is what? This is adrenal gland. No, it's wrong. Why? Because here, the adrenal gland, one of these three parts, this one, it's called thyroid gland. Excellent. But which one that called adrenal gland? It's what? It's here. Right. After that, we have thyroid gland. Thyroid gland, it's found here. Here we have testes. Testes, it's another part of this gland. It's found here, mister. No, it's wrong. Why? Because testes is found here in this part here. And the last one, we have pituitary gland that found in the first part here. Excellent. So what is the name of the special type of chemicals that are released by what? By glands. So here, the pituitary gland, we have each part of this one, it has what? Pituitary gland. It has what? It has three types of hormones. Number one, we have stimulating hormone of thyroid gland, and we have the second one, growth hormone, and the last part or the last one, it's what? It's the hormones to make what? To make controlling or secretion of the ovaries and testes hormones. Thyroid gland, it has what? It has two types of hormone. We have calcitonin hormone, the first one, and we have thyroxine hormone. The pancreas, it's another one of the glands that contains two hormones or secretes two hormones. Number one, we have the insulin hormone, and the second one, it's called what? It's called glucagon hormone. And here we have adrenal gland. Adrenal gland, it has one type of hormones that called what? That called adrenaline, and it's responsible for any emergency of our bodies, like pains, like terrifying, like feeling fear, okay, of any one of this part in our life. So we have ovaries and testes. We have the ovaries here. It makes what? These ovaries, it makes secretion of two types of hormone. We have estrogen hormone and progesterone hormone. But we have tests. This has one type of hormone that is responsible for male characteristics and production of the male cells to make reproduction. Dear friends, I hope to enjoy your time with us. Till we meet again in another part of hormones, in another session. Till we meet again, thank you and goodbye everybody.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أبنائي وبناتي طلاب وطالبات الشهادة الإعدادية في كل مكان، سلام الله عليكم ورحمته وبركاته. أبدأ معكم اليوم حلقة جديدة من دروس لغتنا العربية الجميلة بعنوان لحظات غيرت التاريخ. هذا الدرس من دروس القراءة العربية. نبدأ معكم في شرح هذا الدرس. نص الدرس يقول: يبحث بعض الناس في عصرنا الحالي عن وسائل للترفيه والتسلية لكي يقتلوا بها أوقاتهم، ولا يدرون أن حياة الإنسان تقاس بهذا الوقت، وأن الثانية من عمر الوقت قد تنجز عملا يفيد البشرية مدى الحياة. ولعل أمير الشعراء أحمد شوقي كان من طليعة الشعراء الذين قاسوا عمر الإنسان بالثواني والدقائق، في إلماح إلى قياس عمر الإنسان بالثواني والدقائق. قال أمير الشعراء: دقات قلب المرء قائلة له إن الحياة دقائق وثواني، فارفع لنفسك بعد موتك ذكرها، فالذكر للإنسان عمر ثاني. فعمر الإنسان يقاس بمدى ما يقدمه من خير وعلم ينفع البشرية. وقد ضرب العلماء أروع الأمثلة في كيفية الإفادة من وقت الفراغ، حيث التفكير والتأمل والمراجعة والمحاسبة. وفي الحديث الشريف: تفكير ساعة خير من عبادة 1000 عام. والمعنى أن بالتفكر والتأمل يصل الإنسان إلى دقائق المعرفة وأخبار الكون وقدرة الإعجاز الإلهي في الصنع والتهيئة والنظام. هذا النظام الدقيق الذي استرعى انتباه العالم الأشهر إسحاق نيوتن عندما سأل نفسه سؤالا وكان في وقت فراغه وفي حالة تأمل وفكر وبحث: لماذا سقطت هذه التفاحة فوق رأسي؟ ولماذا تسقط على الأرض في شكل عمودي؟ ولماذا لا تنحرف ذات اليمين أو ذات الشمال؟ ولماذا لا ترتفع إلى أعلى؟ ومن خلال تلك الأسئلة وصل هذا العالم إلى نظرية الجاذبية الأرضية التي نجحت تطبيقاتها في أن يتخطى الإنسان بها حاجز الفضاء. مستكشفا الأرض والقمر والكواكب والمجرات التي تسبح في الفضاء الخارجي، وحركة انتقال المركبات والطائرات والسفن وغيرها. كل ذلك جاء من تأمل بسيط لكنه عميق، ولحظة تفكر صادقة استغل فيها صاحبها وقت فراغه